Okay, it's Friday, October 8th, and there is no racing again this weekend at my local track for the bracket racing that I do, which is kind of a good thing. It gives me another weekend to get all the bugs worked out, hopefully get all the bugs worked out of this thing that have seemed to come to life after sitting for 2 years, after this car sitting for 2 years. Now, I got some Wil Wood disc brakes. And this side I have fixed. As you can see, not a lot of drag. Here's what I've been trying to deal with for quite a while, trying to figure out what's wrong. And it's so simple, it was embarrassing that I actually struggled with figuring out. As you can see, I can just barely turn it. The other side that I fixed, because I actually got a little bit of roll to it. And I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, it was so simple. It's like I said, it was embarrassing. All I had to do is put new pads on it. I'm going to show you what happens with these pads and why, I guess most of the time, these brakes drag. Give me a pair of calipers here. Now here, okay, now here are the new brakes. When you go to order them, they say 497 thousandths thick, and that's exactly what they are. As you can see, they're pretty good and flat. I'm getting 494 there. 495. But check them both. Yeah, 495. Now here are my old ones. Now they're wore, as you can see, they wore quite a bit thinner. But being worn thin isn't what caused the drag. It may have something partly to do with it, but another thing is what happens with these on these kits. And I believe the reason is that the mounting bracket, see, I run Pinto spindles, and the kit that I bought comes with the mounting plates and all. And the plate, it's aluminum plate because that's the whole beauty of the kit, it's lightweight. But the plate flexes. And as you can see, I had 345 there and 375 there. They're tapered. And what I believe is happening is after the pads wear, is that plate flexes and maybe the cuts come out crooked or something, but they wear uneven and it causes the drag. Plus, I think them being so thin, the pistons are sticking out so far they can't retract right. When you put these new pads in, you have to compress your pistons all the way flush up inside of the caliper. And I'll show you what that looks like when you replace them and what I'm talking about. Okay, it looks like the last time I had these off, I was missing a cotter pin, and I used a farmer's trick and used a nail. I have cotter pins today. I've got a whole assortment of them. But let's try to get that nail straightened up. Some of you may be very critical of that, but that nail is just as strong, if not stronger, than a cotter pin. My dad used to use them all the time on his balers and mowing machines and stuff like that. And there's really nothing wrong with it. It works. Probably stronger than the cotter pin. Oops, I have mine. I forgot to turn my line lock off. I applied it so I could loosen up one of the stubborn lug nuts. And, oh, that one is still, see, that's how tight it is with no wheel on it. And that line lock has released. Okay. And some vice grips. Yeah, no, my arm's in the way. There we go. Now, they come out easier if you kind of squeeze them up against the pistons a little bit. And the piston should stay if your master cylinder and proportioning valve is working correctly. And I guess mine is, although I was wondering the way they're sticking. Now, I'm going to spray some brake cleaner on it. Your new pads back in. You make it a lot easier on yourself if you can compress these guys. And I just so happen to have a cheap tool I bought. It works just perfect. I bought it and then I forgot what I bought it for. I wanted to compress something. It might have been a different caliper, but I had to reinforce it because it was a cheap Harbor Freight job, and I reinforced it by welding a piece of 5/8 or half by half square stock to it. But these are perfect for getting those pistons compressed in, and if you can get them flush, your shoes will slide right in. At least I still need to get that one in a little more. And remember when I was talking about the flex? That is the actual mounting plate for these calipers that comes with this Wil Wood kit. There's how much flex is in it. I'm going to look for a better kit. You save a lot of weight over stock disc brakes because those calipers are huge. It'd be nice if they made like a stock style but aluminum caliper, the big heavy ones, but just made out of aluminum. Big heavy made rather. Let's see. That would help a lot. See how easy it slides in? Now, see if I got room. My brake line might not let me do it on this side. There it goes. It's almost there. Don't know if I'm in enough yet. I don't think I am. Closer. Yeah, I can't really get this one on good and flat because of my line. And my cheap tool does flex still some. See if that's enough. The top one is. Bottom needs to go in a little more. I think it moved. And there we go. Those are pretty easy to replace, I'll give them that. I just wish that bracket was thicker. Brand new carter pin, so it don't look like a farmer worked on it anymore. Is that one long enough? I may have to put the... Yep, that's not long enough. I'm going to have to use my nail again. And I have no problem doing that because it works. And I will order the correct cotter pin, put it on later. I promise. Now let's hit the brakes and turn on the line lock. Pedal feels a lot better. And I should not be able to turn it because the line lock is applied. I'll check both sides. Nope, can't move it. Turn the line lock off. See how it releases. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That drag was so bad, it's got to be worth a couple numbers. Might have something to do with the inconsistency problem I was having too, on top of the fuel pressure issues that I have hopefully fixed. So I'm going to put the tire back on it, and that's all for the brakes. So for all you guys who own a Wil Wood brake kit, I think it's called the Dynalite calipers, check those pads. Thanks for watching.